Guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a whole house cleaning because we have had a rough week. We were all dealing, unfortunately, with one or two viruses at the same time. We have been dealing one with norovirus, which is similar to the stomach flu, and two with the flu. So it has been quite the eventful week, and I'm just looking to get back in a little bit of normalcy. We've also been out of power for the last 2.5 days because of the recent fires in Southern California, so that has been rough, but we are just looking to get back in somewhat of a routine. We are still dealing with crazy winds and possible power outages, but I am taking advantage of this very short bit and trying to just tackle the house because it has been so incredibly difficult with how sick we've all been. So I like to start typically in our bathroom because I feel like when the bathroom is clean, I can tackle anything. And so I am going to start in this section, and I've recently decorated it, so I feel really good about it. I feel like that's helped me stay on top of the cleaning and makes me feel like it's a little bit more put together. We've been in this house now for about 6 months, which is wild to me because it still feels like yesterday. We love it so much, but it's kind of have no, I feel like it lacks that, I don't know, homey look to it. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like because we, in our old house, had walls with color and everything was kind of like a pinch of our house, and it felt more homey, and we just haven't gotten to that point here. We really just kind of unpacked and called it a day because it was so stressful. We focused on kind of working on the backyard because it was just like a big pile of dirt outside. And then when we were done with that, I was like, oh my gosh, the inside of the house is so plain and everything is white, and I love color, especially earthy tone colors. I had green walls back at home. We had some moody gray colors. The boys had each their own color in their rooms, and right now everything is white, and it was driving me crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So I decided to add some flowers and some baskets and a little bit of kind of decor around these areas, but I still would love to paint the house because I feel like that's what really made it home. I don't know about you guys, let me know in the comments below if paint for you is kind of like that. It kind of seals the deal that this is yours and this is your home, and it makes it more you. We've also tackled the floor downstairs, so the upstairs floors is still carpet, and then in the bathrooms and the laundry room we have this linoleum, which at first we were kind of like, oh man, how is that gonna upkeep? And we've never had this much linoleum in the place. I think when we used to rent, our apartments had it, and I don't remember how I took care of it. It was so long ago. But we have a lot of carpet. And so I've been doing my best to vacuum it and dust and clear everything out because we are so bad with allergies, and myself and my son have asthma. So dust around the house is a big no-no. I'm also allergic to dust mites. I didn't even know this. I went to one of those tests where they do the little dots on your skin and it tells you what you're allergic to. And oh my God, I was so allergic to dust mites. So I am just trying to focus on making sure those areas are nicely vacuumed and dusted. And yeah, it's just been one of those priorities. I also vacuum the mattresses. I wash the bedding once a week, and I'm constantly dusting. So that's what you'll see a lot when I'm doing my cleaning videos. A lot of dusting, a lot of vacuuming, and just kind of getting that done and out of the way. Now, I've gotten some questions, especially on Instagram, about that additional bed in my room, and I have a little one that is learning to transition out of our bed, and I know a lot of people that do like sleep training and all that stuff, but I don't like it. It's not for me. I find it overly stressful. And as somebody who deals with anxiety and depression, the last thing I need is to add that added stressful scenario at night. So my little one, the youngest, sleeps in his bed in our room, and eventually he makes it into our bed. But at least it gives him that sense of peace and kind of feeling good about that mommy or daddy are there to watch over him. And honestly, we've always done this kind of like that, even with our oldest. And we found that the transition to their own room and or sleeping in the dark has been so much easier. It's almost like the less we force them to do these things, they build that sense of safety that we are being honest and truthful with them, and they just it's such easier transition. So our oldest sleeps in his own room and our youngest is in our room, but he has his own room. His bed is just not in there, which is totally fine. So luckily we have enough room because with our first one we did not. When we had our firstborn, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment and everything was so cramped, and then we transitioned to a 2-bedroom and then eventually bought our house, which is when our second one came along and they both had the rooms. So we've been blessed and lucky enough to have those, but that is why we have that little tiny twin bed there for him. Now, in my room, in our room, I've been trying to find like a little bit of either decor or maybe just kind of, I've been thinking of painting that wall that you see there by the windows. I really want like a darker color because this room is so big. When we moved in here, we put our furniture in and that bed is a king size. And I was like, wow, I did not think our furniture could ever look small. And it does, it looks small. And I looked at my husband and we both laughed. And then we said, we're not buying more furniture, which we didn't. So we agree that we're not going to buy more furniture. We really just want to give this room more color. And I think that wall either being a gray, like a darker gray, or a very dark green would look nice. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what colors you think that would be great there because I think it needs some color. Now here we have another room. This is a loft and I was really hoping to make this a playroom. So the kids have a TV here because they don't have TVs in their rooms. And we kind of just use this as the area to play and play video games or watch movies. And it's very like, I don't know. I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in there. I'm not going to lie. I am trying to find the best way to organize this section. And oh my gosh, was this table heavy? But I am having a really hard time. I feel like everything is always thrown in here. And I definitely have some piles going on. I call them my ADHD piles. I do have ADHD and I do create a lot of piles. And then I have this like moment of, what am I going to do with this? So I am trying to figure out if I paint the wall that the couch is in, and then if I change the furniture that's under the TV. We did get this little TV stand from Amazon, which is great, except I feel like it needs more storage. So this is kind of one of those rooms that I will probably get to closer to middle of the year, if not the end of the year, because it's not really a priority to me. The kids are playing in it, they're happy with it, so I'm just kind of going with it until it drives me nuts, and then I just start telling my husband that it needs to get done. So I like vacuuming it, I like having everything organized, and then most of the toys that you see on the couch actually were the kids' like toys from their room, so everything went back in there. And as you can see here, I was trying to really avoid looking at everything because I'm like, what am I doing? What's going on? So I just like putting everything back to where it belongs and do my best not to focus not hyperfocus. That is one thing that I struggle with my ADHD. I get overly anxious over a specific area of the house and then I hyperfocus. And I've actually gone to therapy about this because I get really, really bad about the hyperfocus. I keep going, I keep dwelling on it, I keep staring at it, and I feel like I need to come up with a solution right there and then. And then I get so aggravated feeling. I think overall, the goal was just to kind of dust and clean, and those are the piles that I'm talking about. So this whole section needs a complete redo, and I'm just trying to my best not to go overboard on this. Now, this was chaos. This is the kids' bathroom, and they've been sick. I mean, they've had norovirus, they had a flu, there is bodily fluids everywhere, there's toothpaste everywhere, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the rooms that I love to keep up with the most because of hygiene reasons, but it gets to me when they're sick because there's tissue everywhere, there is toothpaste everywhere, and the oldest one is like doing his best to kind of maneuver with what he needs. Like if he needs to get tissue, I always set up tissue for him, but it's almost like he forgets where the trash bin is. Or the youngest one, brings his toys in here, and there's a plethora of toys in here. So this room definitely is one that I'm like, okay, it needs so much work. And again, I'm just going in and disinfecting it at this point. I will be doing a deep cleaning on it once they are 100% no longer sick, because it's going to go back to that. And I just know that I just need to stay on top of the disinfecting part. So I'm going in with some bleach wipes and just getting all of the areas that need some help. I'm not going to worry about the mirror because again, there's going to be bodily fluids everywhere, I'm sure, soon. And I'm just trying to get the toothpaste out of the counter and just kind of wipe everything down. So after that, I am going to try to focus on the tub because the tub also needed some help, and the toilet area. I don't have any decor in here, and I've gotten this question before, like, why don't I decorate for my kids? And I'm actually really tempted to get things for their bathroom. They love to see their areas nicely decorated, and like, hey, mommy decided to give this to us. I'm very much not against color. I love color, and my kids love me for that, because I think they've seen some videos where like other people decorate with very neutral colors, and my kids are kind of like, don't do that. I love neutrals, but I also love colors, and I think overall I need to set up like maybe like a space theme. I don't know. One likes space, one likes dinosaurs, so I don't want them to fight as to like who mommy decided to decorate for. So I need to find like a happy medium for them. Maybe do like a Hot Wheel theme. I think that would be cool, or like a monster truck theme. I am trying to see if maybe that would work. But I'm going to go ahead and just get this all cleaned up. And again, I don't think it's going to last. I'm not trying to be negative, but they are sick. And so we're just going to do with this now. Now for the laundry room, there really wasn't much going on. I had just deep cleaned it in the middle of the week, so just needed to get some trash out. There were some glass pieces in there because I had these glass containers, and unfortunately my husband was a little too heavy-handed when he put the lid down, and it completely shattered it. So I learned my lesson. I don't want any glass containers. I've changed them, and I love them. I think they look better. I also love these collapsible things. I have the basket and the bucket, and they're just the best. They're space saving. So very happy with that. I've also recently added that station in the back that you see with all of my Dyson parts. I feel like that has been a life changer. So super happy about that. And then the last room that I'm going to tackle is my son's room. This was actually closer to bedtime, and he loves to play in here, which I'm totally for. But also there are so many toys out that at nighttime it just freaks me out that he's going to hurt himself. So I just like to put everything away to where it belongs. And believe it or not, the little one was actually picking up, and this isn't his room. So he makes a game out of it, and he just decides that, hey, I'm going to help mommy, which is so nice because I feel like he understands why we pick up. It's not just, hey, mommy's forcing me to pick up. So that makes me a little happy because as a boy, I just feel like he should know these things and it's not just something girls should do. And then I'm going to go ahead and just try to wrap things up here. Another project that I want to tackle are the closets. In the previous home, we had walk-in closets, which made it easier to organize things. Right now, we have this very small dresser, which is actually from when he was a baby.